3.8 megahertz cable and 105.2 megahertz ether. This is Radio Voice of Naija Live. In the studio with Mr. Eddie Mayer of VVD. We are discussing today on tips on successful life and career, even as a migrant in the Netherlands. Now, tell us a bit about the poverty in South Oost, and do you think people in South Oost can be successful from your experience? Because you are telling us, we are discussing on, you are giving us tips on how people can be successful, even as migrants in the community that they are in. And from recent research, it has been discovered that people in South Oost are living below the poverty level. So, that's what we heard. And we've been hearing that. So how do you think, or do you, yes, let me put it clear, do you think it is possible for those in South Oost to have a successful life, a successful career, and also successful jobs?
It's possible.
How?
And as a government, we have to make that everybody has equal chances. And that's also the education program I was telling you about.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that especially children of migrants have equal chances as Dutch children. And as a government you can support them on that areas where their parents can't give support because you don't know the society that well, and you can have the connection. If you don't know anything about something, then you can't teach it to the children. You have to know it first. So what's very important for all migrants who are coming to build up a life here is to realize in what kind of society you are.
Yes.
To look how it works and to adjust. So to get integrated in the society. You don't have to forget your own culture, but to function in the society you have to integrate and to do things the Dutch way. If you're here, you can't keep doing things the African way, because that's not possible. So you have to adjust. And in my case, my mother said, "Well, we are here to grow and up and to stay here. So forget everything from back home, from Indonesia, and start working here." So she even didn't teach us. So
your mother is from Indonesia, and your father?
My father is from Germany, actually. That's a different story.
Because you don't look like an Indonesian man.
No, but in the past maybe more when I had black hair, but now it's a bit grey.
Yes.
But that's the first thing to forget, and then just concentrate on the country here.
All right. Well, we have caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Just press this one.
Hello, caller.
Open the volume. Yes.
Hello, caller.
Call went off. Okay. Close it.
Well, somebody is trying to call, and we encourage you, please just give us a call, and I will respond to you in case you missed the distance. So just call us, and then we will respond back to you. Thank you. Also, you said you forgot your Indonesian background.
Not forget really, but to leave it behind.
Right. Okay.
When you start living here.
Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. I don't know what's happening here. What is the you mentioned that? Hello, caller. Where did you press it the last time those calls were coming? Is it not the same place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we normally play it,
Okay,
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, just continue the discussion. Put it up.
Well, please try again. We'll rectify the fault.
Yeah. Let's
right.
go.
Sorry, please. Yes, I'm sure people are trying to call, but This is a new machine. We don't know what's happening.
I saw the light, but
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the latest now. Because before we have the system whereby it calls and then it rings. But now the new system is that the light only blinks and then you pick up the call.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I have a
so-
question actually. I have a question.
Yeah, please go on.
Now, I think the idea of relying on your network or building your network is very, very crucial here. Now, I like in the break you said that you were training the children to build up their network. You began this program 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very, very nice. Do you have plans to extend this to adults, maybe adult migrants?
No, for adults it's difficult because this is programs they all connected with schools.
Yeah.
So it's always all those programs are about children and to develop your social skills. You do that when you're growing up.
Yeah.
And when you're elder, it's difficult to get other social skills. You can learn a bit, but it's mainly your own thing. You have to do it yourself.
Okay.
And you can get some help. If you look to the youngsters, the children, we're looking also to I told you that, to students from a migrant background, different backgrounds, who knows how it works when you get in higher education. So they can teach the children. And when they get successful, you have also some examples who have a successful career. And you can use them as an example, and they can tell the people, especially also the children, where to focus on and how to get into the society and to have success in society and in life. Because it's a struggle, and you have to break through, and the first ones who break through can lead the rest on the path into the integration. And this integration process can take between, well, some are very, very fast, but can take about 10 or 20 years. It can take one whole generation to get a good integration. It can take 2 generations in some cases. So it's not a thing that you can learn in 1 year and it's ready. So it's a struggle, but you have to go that way. You have to know the direction where you're going.
So, and these projects are for people from 8 to 18, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's the wide group of children we have in view for that program. And we now started with a small group 2 years ago. And now Mevrouw Dalglish, Ms. Dalglish, she has the meaning of building it out to more children. We had last November, we made a decision in the council on my initiative to make it wider, to put some more money in it, that we can reach more children in the program.
So at the average now, how many children are you people reaching out to? And what are the criteria for those children to be to receive such programs?
Well, the children are found in the school, and the program is focused on children who have the possibility to go to the HAVO, VWO, and after that to the HBO, that's the higher education, and university.
Yeah.
So it's the top talented children we're talking about.
Oh.
So the children who can get the higher jobs, who can possibly be the leaders of the society, of the groups in the future.
Yes, exactly.
So on that group we are focusing on in this program.
And how successful has it been?
Well, it's just started to bring some social skills to children. It doesn't take 1 or 2 years, it takes longer time. But only when you can put a small seed into the children for their social skills, and then the plant starts to grow.
Yeah.
And when it starts growing, then it reaches a point and it can grow by its own, and then you can leave them, and they can go on with their life without any help, and they develop their social skills further themselves. But in the beginning, you have to plant the seed and to cherish the small plant growing up, and it's strong enough to stand on its own.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So you also made mention of your networking project. I didn't quite understand that aspect.
Now, when you have the right social skills, and you're getting in higher education or university, then you see in those schools there are a lot of groups working, groups of students working together, having parties together,
Yeah.
and that's the start of making a network. And those networks you're building up as a student, they stay with you all your life, and you can benefit of those networks all your life. And when you're getting a career, you also can work with that network, but then you make a wider network within your profession. And then you use to build up networks. That's the social skill you need to have a successful career.
All right. Okay.
Now in the migrant community, at least we have some second generation, or maybe perhaps some third generation, people coming up. Are you saying that these networks and social skills do not exist that well, and for which reason you are devoting a special attention to this now? I want to be clear on that, because there are people who have gone to school here, grown up with, other migrants and also native Dutch colleagues.
Yes.
So are you saying that they didn't connect well, they didn't get along very well, and then after they grew up and went to, began to work, they lost their contacts? I want to know really what's different you're doing now in this project compared with what was supposed to happen naturally before. Do you understand my question?
Yeah, I understand the question.
Yeah.
The main thing is that some people get a success, they get through, they struggle their way into the society and get a successful career, but there are a few. And there are a lot of children who get a very good education, also from Ghanaian background, from African background. But somehow, but you also see it with the Turkish students when they finished, Moroccan, you name it. They get through the education, they get good figures, and they start a career, and then they get blocked because not all of them, lucky enough, but a lot of them get blocked because they don't feel at home within the bigger Dutch companies, international companies. They don't get the connection with their colleagues, a good connection, and that's the thing we want to work on,
deal with. Okay.
that they can get a good connection, and the people who break through, they struggle their way into it, they can help to guide the other ones where to focus on. And in the past, it was in the 90s, so it's let's say 15, 16, 17 years ago, we talked already about this, and also with people from backgrounds from Morocco especially, and we tried to analyze what the real problem was, and then we came into the social skills, that's also very important next to the knowledge you need to have a successful career. It's a two-way road.
Yeah. Now, my next question.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know specifically which elements you are putting in this social, the network building skills, which will make this new generation more successful than those who were before them. Which specific aspects are you putting into this program or this project to make this younger generation better or more fortunate than those who are before them.
The network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing is the background you need to know about the culture, so music, theater, all those basic things. That's not so difficult. And then you go on to the next step, and that's the way how you deal with each other. One of the main things to develop social skills is debating techniques. And when you go to develop that, you also need to know about what's happening in the world, what's happening here, to understand the structures here, and also come on the same level with your fellow students, especially Dutch students, to also be interested in the same things. And that's not always just the knowledge, there's also the music, where to go out, how to behave, go to a dinner party, know what they're eating. Well, that's the way to integrate and to adjust, and you need that all in your later life and in your career.
Thank you.
Wow. So that's almost the final question. As a leader of your political group, what areas are you focusing in the year 2014?
I'm sorry?
As a leader of your political group, as the chairman of PVD, what area are you focusing in the year 2014? What areas
But areas I am
are your
for.
areas of
Yeah.
interest?
Well,
which would help the migrant community?
Yeah, well, the children, of course, we talked a lot about that in education. On the other hand, I'm focusing on the economy.
Economy, okay.
And to make it easier for people to start their own business.
That's good.
And it's about less rules, less taxes, and to make more things possible. We have a lot of rules you have to cope with when you start your own company, your own business, and we can make it much easier.
That's good.
And now you have to go also to different locations to ask for a permit, for a license, for, well, you name it, everything.
Yeah.
And if we concentrate it on one or two spots and also make it possible to do a lot on internet, then life for well, business people will be easier, and it will be more easy to start your own business.
Wow. Awesome.
And I know there are a lot of immigrants who want to start an own business.
Yes.
But I also know they have very much difficulties to get the license, to get the place, how to arrange the finances to start it.
Yeah.
And then we come back to the other thing, the social skill and the integration. You have to know how the system works here.
Yeah.
To get your own business founded here. If you don't know how it works,
you will fail.
You'll fail. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming to us this morning. But before you go, what is your final advice to those who are listening to you? I believe that some try to call, but we don't know what went wrong with the telephone system. At least we saw 3 or 4 calls coming in, but unfortunately I couldn't put you through. So what are you leaving behind to those who have heard us on this issue today?
Main advice is something I said already. Main advice is ask the question where you live, where your future is, where the future of your children is, and then focus on that. And the focus should be in this country. And if it's here, you have to adjust. You have to integrate in the country and to look what you need, what skills you need to have a successful life, and try to find help when necessary through the churches or the African organizations.
Yeah.
And they can help you, and just make it clear for yourself what do you need to have a successful life, and take time to have a strong fundament where you can build your career on, your life on, and don't work well, almost 20 hours a day. But take your time also to make a strong fundament, and then go on with a successful life.
Well, that has been an interview with Mr. Eddie Meyer of VVD on the issue of how to have a successful life and career, even as a migrant in the Netherlands. Thank you, sir, for being with us, and we hope to have you again and again.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.